pursue the goals that they have in life, do what they want with their life as long as it's not hurting anybody else or illegal, of course, but do
Mm-hmm.
what you want in your life and not worry about what others think. Don't let others stop you, because a lot of times people try to stop you from doing what you want to do because they're very jealous of you. So they'll try to put down a person, criticize something about them, their style, their looks, their art, their career, because it bothers them that they see the person moving ahead of them and doing better. And this
Mm-hmm.
teaches people to not let any of that stop them, to say, I don't give hoots about it. I'm going to keep making my music, pursuing my career, doing what I want to do, because I have faith in myself and I have confidence and I know I can do it. So it's really a positive message that Ryan had, was to teach people to go after what they want in life and not say, well, I can't do that because somebody might laugh at it or somebody might say this or that, because that really doesn't matter in the end. Of doing what gives you the passion in your life and what's your heart's desire is what really what matters.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've heard a few other people say the exact same thing, and I really appreciate hearing it from your opinion. Um, I mean, even taking it a step further back, how did you hear about the ZHG in the first place, and how did it really catch your attention?
Well, of course, when Ryan hired me for the Mark Cuban video, I didn't know anything about the DHD. I didn't even realize he called himself 3Pac. I just knew that this was a guy named Ryan who was looking for models for a music video. And when I had applied, he told me he had a lot of responses from different models and was going to make a decision in about a week, which is typical. That's what directors usually say to actors. So I said, that's fine. I had sent him other music videos I did, a resume and pictures, and I said, that's fine, let me know. And then within a week, he said he wanted to cast me for the video, and he had a feeling we would work well together and that he could use me for several videos. So when we set it up, I really didn't know what the ZHG was. And some of the things he said in his song, in Mark Cuban, I really didn't understand myself until I started really listening to a lot of the lyrics and understanding what he was talking about. And then some of it he had explained a little bit to me when we were writing back and forth about his lingo and what it meant. And that was when I started to realize that he really wanted to encourage those out there, especially the young kids, to really go after what they want and not let anybody stop them. Because if you do, you end up at some job you really hate and not doing what you want to do with your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do you remember there being like one moment in particular was kind of like an aha moment where you're like, oh, I think I get this now. I think I understand.
I think that it was after we did the first video and I saw the video come out and listen to his language, and then I started watching some of his other videos, that I started to understand that there was a certain pattern to all of them, which was encouraging others to do the music they want, say the words they want, don't be afraid of what others are going to think or say about it. And I realized in a lot of his videos from watching them that he was offering encouragement, even though sometimes he would get very humorous in what he did, and he would be funny, and sometimes the language wasn't the nicest, but there was that encouragement in there. And especially in his Golden Child video, he was really giving some straight up valuable advice in that one. And that made me realize just how important that this really was. And when I saw all the fans and got to know them myself, a lot of them were sending me friend requests on my Facebook page, and I got to know a lot of them. I realized how he really had influenced them all. And of course, after his tragic passing, I got a lot of really nice messages and encouragement myself, and I realized how much he really meant to all these people and what a difference he had made in their lives.
Yeah. No, I mean, after he passed away, I mean, I still constantly get messages from his fans telling me about how he helped them through tough times, how he was a huge inspiration. And I mean, even now, a year and a half later, it's still going really strong. And it's just, it's so impressive. And it, even to this day, it means a lot to these kids. And you can tell that it was, I don't know, it wasn't just the entertainment value, which was there, but there was the message and the mantra behind it that really stuck. So I feel like that's something that I really want to preserve, and I want to help send that energy into the world, because it will, keep helping people do whatever it takes to be their self and to ignore all the hoots that distract them from being themselves.
Right. Yes, I had a lot of messages like that too, where a lot of people told me that they had been depressed or they had problems at home or in school, and because of the things he said, they realized that they weren't alone because they could make friends with other ZHG members, and a lot of them really band together, even though they all lived in not only different states and cities, but in different parts of the world. A lot of them really got to know each other online, and they had a new family. If things weren't going good at home or at their school, they had new friends and new family through the ZHG, and they could really help each other by being there. And a lot of them really appreciated what he did and realized that if he could do this, they could do it too. If he decided he was going to be a rapper, even though he was a white guy, and that's not a real typical thing, a lot of them are white themselves, and they have come out with their own rap songs, and they're really, some of them following his style, others coming up with their own styles, and they're really confident about it because they saw how popular he was and how well he did, and they're feeling that they can gain some popularity and some notoriety from it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I guess, it's tough because he was, obviously the main spokesman. He was putting in hours of work every day on social media, constantly recording, constantly making videos. It's just not,
Yes.
It's tough for anyone to take on, the weight of what he was doing and, how much, energy he had and whatnot. What do you think? I mean, in an ideal world, how would you want this to be preserved? And, what do you think the ZHG, can do to help preserve it? What do you think are the next steps here and part of the journey?
I think that keeping in touch is important to everybody in the ZHG. I think encouraging them to stay away from drugs, stay away from trouble, stay away from crime, and put their energy into art, put their energy into their goals, whether it's music or not, whether it's the entertainment business or not. I think it would be good to really encourage them to go after their goals, get the education they need for it, get the training they need for it, stay away from the drug scene. Even though Reebok said a lot of things that I feel were in jest, I think that they shouldn't take that to heart as far as drugs or drinking goes, that they should realize that that was just all part of the promotion and part of the act, that what Reebok really wanted was to see people prosper and do better, to get the education they need. He was going to college himself, getting an education in spite of this. And I think that it would be good to really lead them towards going to college or getting a good job while they're pursuing their art career, and concentrate on their goals, not let themselves get sidestepped with crime or anything that's not good for them.
Yeah. And you brought up a good point. Do you think, what would be the best way, like as a platform online, to maintain that encouragement?
I would say that in any kind of platform, say something such as, this is a no drug zone, this is a music zone. We want to hear about your music and about your projects. We don't want to hear about what you're smoking or what you're doing, because I know a lot of people are into that, and it's a dead-end trap if they get into that. But maybe tell them on the platforms, by the way, this is a drug zone. We're here to talk about music. We're here to do better. We're here to be healthy and make our lives better, not to go the other way and make them worse. Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, it was cool, like, watching, like, towards the end of Reebok's run, like, before he passed away, he was just getting so healthy and in shape, and it was really inspiring to see him, really transform his health. And
oh yes, it was amazing.
Yeah. So that I mean, it's hard to say how we're gonna promote that. I'm still a little bit lost to think about the next steps. One thing I was thinking about doing was, get the website going again, get legit hip hop going, start promoting the ZHG, give them a platform to express themselves, encourage art, encourage satire, comic relief, and whatnot, but also go on a journey to the last hoot where literally I travel all over the world, all over the country, and I meet with different ZHG members in Portugal and Norway and Canada and Florida, and just keep this running like podcast almost / blog post / video, just meeting people and talking about how the ZHG and how the Zero Hoots mantra and movement help them with their life and what it really means to them.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. That's a very big goal, and I know that's a lot of work. The traveling part is definitely a big deal and a lot of work. Yeah, but to start off, when you have time, I know you're very busy yourself. When you have time, on the website, maybe say if somebody needs advice about something, write to you or even write to me if they want. If they're having a problem and need someone to talk to, I would be available to talk to them also. Some of them have written to me and asked my advice on things.